Hey everybody, this is Gabriel Ryder bringing you another exclusive interview brought to you by PureSwingTV.com. Today I'm interviewing PGA Tour player Phenom, 21 years old, out of Oklahoma State. I'm interviewing Rickie Fowler. Rickie has started off his debut as a professional just like a champ would, tying for 7th in his first PGA tournament as a pro and tying for his second place as second PGA tournament. So, Rickie, I'm super excited. Just want to say thanks for taking the time out of your busy PGA Tour schedule to answer a few of my questions.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me, man.
Thanks. All right, so Rickie, obviously you've been super successful in the game of golf, and a lot of people don't see what's behind the scenes. And what sacrifices have you had to make to reach the level of success you've had?
Well, I played a few different sports growing up as a little kid, but when I really wanted to focus on golf, I had to kind of set those aside. And then when I started traveling and taking golf a bit more seriously, I didn't get as much time with friends and family. So outside of the normal fun that kids have, I was more focused on golf and went that route.
Nice. So you really had to dedicate yourself and really take more time to work on your craft and master it, I'd say.
Yeah, instead of sitting around playing video games, I was out playing some golf.
Exactly. So let's talk about all that time you take. A practice regimen. When you're practicing your most, how many days a week are you practicing, and for how long?
Usually 6 to 7 days a week. I'm not one that takes much time off. As for practice, I usually just play. I don't do much work on the range, to say. Work on putting and chipping. I like to get down there and at least get 30 minutes to an hour of short game work in, just to keep the feel, and that way I can keep building on things and work on just hitting the ball solid. But like I said, I usually won't sit on the range for more than an hour or two hitting balls. For the most part, just go out and play and work on things that way.
So more playing and working on that short game. Okay, so obviously you're 6 to 7 days a week. How do you stay committed to practicing that much, and what's your motivation for doing that?
I've always loved playing golf. I love being around the game, and I love just playing. So I don't really have to push myself to do much, and it's an awesome game just because you can always keep getting better, and it can never be perfected. So I'm always pushing myself to be better, and that's one of the reasons I turned pro is because I felt like I wanted to get out and push myself against the best guys in the world. So now that I'm out here and playing, I got to work, that much harder and to hang around with these guys.
Gotcha. That's what I feel like. Obviously golf is one of your passions, and when people find their passion in life, like you said, it's not too hard to get out there because it's what you love to do.
Exactly.
So, as a golfer myself, sometimes I'm on the course and sometimes there might be hazard left and OB right. And for you, I know you've played in a lot of big, high tournaments. I'm going to ask you, do you get any fear or worries on the course about hitting a bad shot? And if you do, how do you overcome those?
Yeah, I think just about any golfer is going to get a little bit of fear every once in a while, or some thoughts about not hitting the shot that you're supposed to. But the thing that I usually go back to is I try and think of a shot that I've hit before and hit it, how I wanted to under certain situations, whether there be water on one side or OB, like you said, and try and go back and get a positive thought and go from there. Gotcha.
So really get back, get those good feelings back in you after you've done it before. That's nice. And then, so going into let's say a tournament round, what's your mental attitude? Is it to just do the best you can or win? What are you thinking going into a tournament round?
It depends where I'm at with my game. Definitely if I'm playing well and feel good about my game, I'm going to go out and try and go as low as possible and, ultimately win. If I'm struggling, I'm just trying to go out and get the most out of my round. Every tournament I play in, I'm playing to win. There's no reason to play if you're not playing to win. So ultimately, it's getting the most out of every round. You're going to make mistakes, but it's how well you can come back from those.
Nice, yeah. So obviously it sounds like you want to do the best you can, but you sound pretty aggressive going, I'm going to go as low as I can and do my best to win. So sounds good. And then, so obviously Tiger Woods, he's kind of just breeded this new level of standards when it's come to fitness. And I want to ask you, for fitness and health, how much emphasis do you put on fitness and health, and how important do you think that is for a golfer?
I think it's big, especially when you're out there traveling 3, 4, 5 weeks in a row, and then usually a week off and then back out doing the same thing. I think the better shape that you're in, the better you're going to play for a longer amount of time. So for me, I've struggled a little bit the last couple of months, starting off with a busy schedule, but I try and stay on top of my cardio and at least try and eat halfway decent. And, that way I'm staying a little bit healthier and able to go at it for 4 or 5 weeks in a row and not get so fatigued.
Nice. And I want to talk a little bit about faith and believing in yourself, because I'm thinking, I know a lot of aspiring golfers myself, and they kind of go, I'm gonna do my best and give it a shot, but if not, too bad. And I want to ask you, did you believe in yourself, and did you know that you could have the level of success you've had in the PGA Tour and already doing so well so fast?
I think I kind of learned that and started believing in myself a bit more in the last couple of years with the starts that I got out on the PGA Tour and the Nationwide Tour as an amateur, and went out and played halfway decent, and then almost won, lost in a playoff in a nationwide event last year. And I think within those last 2-3 years, I've really built up a lot of belief in myself on the professional level. I had success through junior golf and amateur golf and college golf. So believing in yourself is, I think, half the battle. I mean, you got to think that you can win and know that you can go out and play with the guys day in and day out.
Nice. Obviously, Rick, you've had a ton of success on the PGA Tour, and if you have any future goals you can let us in on, are you going to do anything different? Just some of your future goals?
I'm going to keep doing the things the same way I have been. Keep playing the game like I always have. If I'm feeling good, I'm going to try and go low. I'm going to try and go after some pins, but I'd say overall goals for the future, I definitely want to keep the card through the first year. I would like to put myself in contention some more times, and ultimate goal for the year, I would say, is try and make the Ryder Cup team. But within the next, down the road 10 or so years, the main goal would to be trying to be the best player in the world.
Nice. All right, Rickie. Well, I want to say thanks for taking the call. I'm rooting for you. Obviously, I know you can do it, the amount of talent you have and your work ethic and dedication. So I want to say thanks. And for anybody listening to this, I suggest, go to RickieFowler.com, follow Rickie on Facebook, Twitter, and you're going to be really impressed because Rickie does a really great job at answering people's Twitter questions, and you'll get to know Rickie on a more personal basis. So, Rickie, thanks a lot. We'll be rooting for you. I really appreciate your time taking the call today.